Bam! We are free. We are free from the MLB lockout, man. Welcome to MisippBROs, dude. We got free of Rob Manfred. Don't we all wish we could be free of that man named Fred? Welcome to MisippBROs, dude. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, dude. We are happy to be with you on a Friday. Thanks for being with us as we, got locked out yesterday, but we have those fans. We make sure that we get a couple in per week, and it's great to be back with you, man. Coming to you live from Peachy Dongi. Yes, you heard that correct. Peachy Dongi, Chile. This is one part of the MisippBROs. Where's my other half of the MisippBRO at?
We are back. We are back at it. We're back at Misippo Drive, live in studio. Nice lighting, nice internet connection on your end. So there's two backbacks. We're also back on a Friday for the first time in a long while. So I get to say, happy Friday, listeners. Don't crack those beers just yet. We remain professional with our cups of coffee. Number 2 on the day for me, Chad. How many cups you got in you?
Dude, I've been down the coffee road already. Remember, I got 5 hours on you, dude. So I was up at 9, dude, and freaking knocked down a couple cups. I'm a 2-3 cupper, dude. If I go more than that, you ain't gonna like me later on the day, dude. I crash hard.
Well, yes, and we are happy to be here on a Friday. We were locked out on a Thursday in observation of that man named Fred and the MLB owners locking out their employees, blurring their images, taking the images away from websites. Chad, have you visited MLB.com recently?
Dude, seriously, I couldn't believe it when someone, I think one of the Giants beat writers put it up on Twitter. I went, what? And I went to MLB.com and I go, not only has it always been the worst site to go to because it's made by 50-year-olds and run by 60-year-olds, it looks like. Then now they blurred all the image or made a, I don't know what do you even call that. Like, is that patient zero, dude? Is everyone patient zero? And so I'm like, oh my God, they took everyone's likeness away. They did. I'm like, dude, these guys, they got a lot of nerve and a lot of balls, dude. And then to put that letter out on the front of the website to say, we really didn't want to do this, but dude, this is corporate snobbery to the utmost, man. What these guys are doing to baseball should not be allowed, dude. And I hope the players really stand up to what is going on and what the narrative they're putting out there is a bunch of junk, dude. And you know that.
I do know it. We got a lot to unload on it. I promised a few certain baseball fan friends of ours that we do have a lot to unload on Rob Manfred and the state of the game of baseball and where it's gone and where it's going. You famously predicted months ago, we'd be right here. So we're going to dig in. We're going to opine, as a KXSF version of Chad once told me. We're going to opine and unwrap all of the MLB lockout issues and what we think of Rob Manfred and how badly both of us want him gone. Beyond that, we got some basketball action. We're going to check in on how my visit went to the Footprint Center in Phoenix against the Suns. Not the best showing by the Warriors, but round 2 tonight. Not a back-to-back for the Suns, but back-to-back Suns opponents for the Warriors. They're back home at Chase Arena. We'll see a much different team, in my opinion. We'll get to that as well. The Thunder lost by 73. That's a record. Didn't have to spend too much time looking that up. Last night, the Saints featured everybody's favorite quarterback, Taysom Hill, the overpaid man himself. One guy even predicted he would throw for 4 interceptions but run for 100 yards. And, yes, he marked the tape. Pretty good on that one. We loved and hate watching Taysom Hill play quarterback at a full-time position. Antonio Brown is going to Antonio Brown. We'll dig into that. My goodness, what a human. What a special human. And, hey, we're big fans of the Savannah Bananas. And one of our all-time favorite baseball players is now their coach, number 22, Eric Burns. It's a perfect
yes.
We're
going
to dig into it.
What a perfect fit. I mean, is that a perfect fit? Savannah Banana, Eric Burns, number 22, killing it as a coach on the Bananas. You know he's going to get some ABs. You know he's going to get out on that field, dude. It's going to be fun to watch, dude.
Oh, it's going to be a ton of fun.
It's going to be – that's great, dude. Good call on that. I didn't even pick that up, dude. Nice.
I got 2 names I'm going to tickle the twine with a little bit later. Are you familiar with the name Pablo Guerrero?
Pablo Guerrero? I don't think so, dude.
Well,
who's Pablo Guerrero, dude?
We'll talk about him as we wrap up a little baseball action towards the end. And then in an off-the-ball topic, we're going to talk about the hero that is Tate Meyer from the state of Michigan. I'm going to leave it right there for now. Going to leave it right there for now. So, Chad, I don't even have to throw you an alley for you to oop this. Just rant. Do what you got to do. Get all the off your chest about Rob Manfred and the state of baseball. If you want me to go first, I'll go first. But we both got to unload here.
No, man. I'm going to make it semi-quick, as quick as a MisippBRO can, because we got a lot in our mind to get off our mind. But I'm going to tell you, dude, that I'm disgusted with baseball, man. I knew it was coming. You can see it in the body language. You can see it in the in how many problems they have. This is why I think this is going to be a long process in the way of how many things that they disagree on. And how many disingenuous quotes are attributed to Manfred and his team? Remember, Manfred, before he became commissioner, was the lead counsel for MLB in these type of negotiations. So do you think he's going to be hardline? Yes. Do you think he's going to be Mr. Burns from The Simpsons freaking kind of guy, dude, that you just hate? Yes, because that is his personality. All right. So this guy is not only hurting baseball, but he is hurting the respect baseball has from its current fan base. It just hurts me, man, to watch baseball be put in this situation because of money. And it's always money. It'll always be money. And this is being run like a corporation like we've never seen before. And, they got a lot of audacity, man, to speak about the game the way they do and about the players being so-called greedy. The players are getting screwed because of the last agreement that Manfred did for MLB before he was commissioner. All right. So let me tell you this, man. Owners are not going to back down for a while. The players are in the corner. They're going to have to unite, unionize, and they might have to prolong the start of the season. I don't want to say that, but I just said it because that's what I believe is going to happen to make the owners move.
Nicely said. And you touched on some tender points and maybe even some seeds planted by Manfred years ago in a lockout that all of us on this show saw coming. You most certainly saw coming. So here we are. And let me, if I had a hat to take off for Rob Manfred, I would take it off. Maybe I should just spit on the ground, because let me say this. The man has this ability to unanimously unite baseball fans from all over different circles. He'll make Yankee fans and Red Sox fans root for the same thing, which is fuck you, Rob Manfred.
Yeah.
He has the ability to get people to really, really despise what he's done to the sport. I pulled up a quick couple bullets on, let's just do a simple resume on Mr. Rob Manfred, all right?
Oh, dude. What a piece of shit.
Let's see. For a guy who's supposed to love baseball, and we know he doesn't, meaning the great game of baseball, loves the business. Let's see. He implemented 7-inning doubleheaders. He started the extra innings with a runner on second. He arbitrarily started using 2 different baseballs. We're going to talk about this more in the year 2021. Hold on. And is now the commissioner in the first lockout in the sport in 26 years. Hey, and we're not done yet. Don't forget, he botched the Astros cheating scandal, punishing not a single player, granting them immunity. He called the World Series trophy a piece of metal. Fuck you, Rob Manfred. Yeah. And also, he half-assed the enforcement of sticky stuff rules mid-season, leading to a number of injuries. The players couldn't adjust on the fly there. And again, the lockout. So Rob Manfred, thank you so much. And Chad, you got a little hot reaction when I mentioned the 2 baseballs. Did you hear the report that came out 2 days ago?
Dude, I'm not surprised, but it makes me sick. It just makes me sick that when they MLB bought the company Rawlings, okay? I said, oh, dude, that's way too close for comfort. They're going to now manipulate as they want. This is what corporations do. This is when we hear like Google buy so-and-so because they want the tech, okay? So they can stay big. This is what baseball does, dude, okay? And I can't believe it's being run by schmucks like this. And there's no outside influence anymore. You can't even make a baseball without them knowing exactly what is in it, and they can manipulate it. That's not okay. There's no way to everyone come together and come to an agreement. And you're seeing it now. They already, hey, add this to Manfred's resume. He scalped and killed 42 teams in the minor league baseball. Okay? 42 towns wiped out for baseball and all those jobs because he wants to, what's he call it? Streamline. That's corporate speak for control. Period. End of story. So this guy is terrible for any sport he gets his gloves on. And unfortunately, he's got it on baseball.
Let's agree. A great way to not grow the game is to rip it out of small towns all across America.
Right. Exactly.
And to not promote your stars. And when we talk about this manipulation of the baseball, friends, if you haven't heard the reports, if you haven't watched a lot of baseball the last couple of years, I'll give it to you as quick as I can. As baseballs were flying out of the ballparks in 2018 and 2019, that's about when Major League Baseball assumed control of Rawlings. And in 2020, there was a pretty steep decline in the number of home runs and the distance they were traveling. All the data is there, and it was presented in a 2021 report that brought this to the table. Basically, last season, the ball they were using was the old 2020 ball that was known as a dead ball. And when there was, 7 no-hitters in the month of April,
yep.
How hot was the pitching to start? They swapped the ball out, says the data, and then all the home runs started getting launched. And then from there, this is my worst fear, Chad. I don't want any conspiracies about our great sport of baseball, but here we are. The sport that went full-blown riot mode and is keeping players out of the Hall of Fame because of steroid use. This is all in an effort to protect the record books, right? Well, they're manipulating the record books. From Alex Hale, this is about the worst version of conspiracy I can imagine. But in a simple tweet, he says, if you don't realize how bad the MLB using 2 different balls was, consider this. Juiced balls used during primetime games to keep up excitement and rope in the viewers.
Oh, man, dude. Yeah.
Dead balls were used during non-marquee games to keep players' stats lower for salary negotiations.
Dude, you know what? I just want to throw up, dude. I mean, that in itself right there, to even think about that. And if you think about it, if it's in your mind that it might happen because of these people's reputation, then it's probably happening. All right. And so this is why these guys need to go. And this is why the players need to stand up. Enough, dude. You've seen all the workers in the world now, man. Right. And after this pandemic and everything, say, hey, I can't live off $10 an hour. I can't live off $15 an hour. I need to make more money, and I'm not going to go to work for you until I get that. And this is the time that baseball players have to do the same thing, because it's ridiculous how they are manipulating. This is why I don't, I know how much you love stats and all this stuff, dude, but I know how much it's manipulated and it doesn't, because Mark, dude, really, I mean, you can tell a baseball player by how talented they are. I don't need to look at his stats all the time. All right. And so the point is that they are messing with things. And humans, they get their hands on something, they can't stop tweaking with it. And now they're going to mess with it more and more control and this and that. And next thing you know, you got 2 different baseballs, depending on the game, depending on the time, depending on the event. That is terrible, terrible stuff.
Yeah.
And now they want, yeah.
I was going to let you wrap up.
No. And now they, I don't know if you saw, but they what do you say? Addressed to the MLB players, the Players Association, that they wanted to use the WAR statistic for people's arbitration. Okay, that's you mean the same statistic that you've manipulated by using the ball differently. So this is what makes me sick. I hate these people, dude. I hate what they've done to baseball, and look how much they're trying to manipulate everything. Freaking humans, dude.
Well, I hope the players can draw a hard line. I hope they can form a union. I hope they can do the equivalent of, we're not working for that guy, watch his empire burn. But that'll be further down the road. We'll see what develops.
They have a union. They have one of the strongest unions.
But they need
and that's why they need to use it.
They need to hold the line, even if it jeopardizes the beginning of the season, like you mentioned.
Yes.
Now, to put into other words, how about, with the example from the Alex Hale tweet, how about this? Royals, Tigers, in a meaningless day game on a Tuesday in Kansas City.
Yes.
How about the dead ball? How about we give them the dead ball, keep, the stats low for players that, we're going to keep under club control. Red Sox, Yankees, Sunday night, primetime game of the week. How about a nice 9 to 8 ball game?
We need eyeballs. We need eyeballs. Can you imagine, dude?
it's that type of gross, sticky feeling you get, whether you just rode an airplane and you just want to take a shower because you arrived in a new town, or when somebody steals your shit or vandalizes stuff, you just like, who's been manipulating my stuff? Who's been touching my things? If I'm a Major League Baseball player, I'm going to pull a good one from Mr. Chris Bassett. After hearing about this report, he tweeted out, "So was the ball that exploded my face a juiced ball? I would just care to know."
Oh, man. I love me some Chris Bassett, dude. That's one tough SOB and one very smart, intelligent thinking SOB. And good for him for saying that garbage because it needs to be said, dude. And, man, I just, think about the last couple commissioners, dude. Selig and Manfred. Talk about slimy car salesman. And Selig was a car salesman, actually. So, it's even worse, dude, that these guys, and remember, where do we get these guys from? They're not voted on. They are hired by the owners. Always remember that.
Handpicked.
Always remember that.
Oh, yes. So, and it's in the owner's best interest is to get the guy in charge that would be in the best interest of the owners, not the players here. But can we stop with, can we at least get a consistent fucking ball? I've been saying this for 3 or 4 years, but now there's a report showing just how much they could maybe control it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm high on a conspiracy rocker, but I don't think so. And this is exactly what steroids did to the game 20 years ago. We don't know what to believe. We don't know if we believe Ken Griffey's 56 home runs. We do. We don't know if we believe Sammy Sosa's 66 home runs. We don't. Anyways, it just leads to that level, unlevel playing field. And I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I just don't even want to spend much more time on it, number one. But the players need to do something so they know not only what's what, but what ball am I using? Can I at least have a little miniature scale next to the mound when I go out to pitch and see if it's 173 grams or 176?
Why isn't the same ball used all the time? And this is what always got me about that game they call golf, all right? Because I'm going to run this in there. Why are you allowed to pick your golf ball? If you're playing the same and you're competing against another player, you should not be allowed to pick your ball, dude. I've never understood that about golf, ever. Like, when I'd go out on a course with my buddies, dude, and don't tell my friends. But anyways, when I would do it, I'd always find the best one because, dude, I'm like, you're going to allow me to pick my ball? Well, yeah, dude, I'm going to go with the good one, dude. So, baseball, don't go the route of golf when you can just pick your poison, dude. It's not okay. And especially with baseball, with all the freaking history behind it, how much we love stats. What can you believe now? That's the problem.
I'd hate to live in a world where the stats feel compromised, and they certainly all of a sudden do. I can't make heads or tails of it, but it's not consistent, and it's not straight down the middle, and it's not fair. Great note on the golf balls, though. Chooch running Chad grabbing the top shelf balls, the Titleist Pro V1s, maybe the Callaway Warbirds. Here's the problem with that approach. As soon as you hit one in the lake, you're down $6. As soon as you hit the next one in the lake, you're down $12. So there is a risk and a reward to those pricey balls.
I think you understand the premise, okay?
Oh,
the premise is you can pick your ball. I've never understood that. And that's another reason why golf's not a sport. Oh, damn. All right.
From Dr. Locks. You remember Dr. Locks? Of course you remember Dr. Locks.
Of course I know. What's up, Dr. Locks?
He is, I assume, at home on a Friday. I believe he's out of the office on Fridays. So he is joining the broadcast for the first time in a number of months. It's not his fault we switched to a Monday, Thursday kind of dual episode thing, but we're back on a Friday. He's back in action. He's a daddy now. Baby Cody born just about 10 days ago. Cody Locks. Can't wait to meet you, Cody Bear. Anyhow, from Dr. Locks. So we had to watch players strip down and get searched, and the MLB is juicing the balls. LOL.
Yeah. Hey. Great point. And congratulations, Aaron, dude. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations on your newborn. And it's just something came up, man. I got to ask you, how hard was it not to not to name your child Goldie?
I don't know if he's gotten that yet, but I did notice the Cody Locks, Goldie Locks a little bit. But
Dude, that's kind of like, I'm sure he's just going, dude, how many times do I need to hear this?
It just means he's a golden boy. He's going to make his own legacy, and I'm sure he'll establish his own nicknames as he moves through.
I love it, dude, and congratulations, Dr. Locks, dude. Always doing good for a lot of people, including yourself, in the world, and myself, dude. And so, you know what? Congratulations on the newborn, dude. Good stuff.
Yes, we thank you. And also a kind of a a fallback to Monday's episode, we were covering the crazy free agent signings, namely the pitchers like Max Scherzer making $43 million a year. So a reminder to you new parents out there, Dr. Locks, tie that kid's right arm behind his back and get him throwing 97 with some movement next month. No, just kidding.
Yeah, dude, no, definitely. You know, Max Scherzer right now makes more by himself than the entire Baltimore Orioles team.
Oh, boy. You know, one thing I would like to see brought out of the CBA, I will take a salary floor in Major League Baseball. It would be fun to see John Fisher panic and have to spend $100 million. But anyway.
No, he'd probably sell the team. He'd probably sell the team, which would be good for baseball.
Which would be great, actually. That's a good point. So we got hot about Rob Manfred. We got hot about the state of MLB. They locked us out of our own podcast yesterday, which was a clever way for us to cover up some travel discrepancies and maybe some connectivity.
Hey,
no,
man,
it's okay.
You never in poker.
We were locked up.
You don't say that you bluffed. Come on, man.
You're right. Hey, but to our savvy listeners, they'll call us out whenever it happens. So, your brother was on site in Phoenix, in the Valley, for the Warriors at the Suns Tuesday night. The place was packed. It absolutely felt like a playoff game. There was not much room to move around the building, if you would, because every seat was sold out. Let me just say, though, the game started well in the form that Jordan Poole was hot. Last time Jordan Poole was really hot and Curry struggled, they beat the Pistons, even though Curry only scored 12. Excuse me, Curry didn't play that night. But the last time Curry only scored 12 points, Jordan Poole rose the team up. He tried again, but he was really the only Warrior sinking any shots. Steph Curry had the worst shooting night of his career. So let's just put it like this. When Steph Curry goes 4 for 21, they're probably a 500 team. When Steph Curry has his normal or better night, they're at their usual 750 clip. So we don't do too many hot takes. We don't do too many predictions on the show. But here's a prediction. Curry's coming out gunning. The Warriors are winning at home tonight, even the series at 1-1. What do you think, Sean?
I agree with that, man. You know, you don't put how I love to go with teams with their back up against the wall. And Curry got, I don't want to say embarrassed, but he was not happy with his performance, dude. 4 for 21.
Two air balls.
Well, and not only that, man, and Curry's one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time at his craft. So do you think he's going to go back and look at tape and look at what they did to him to make him, feel uncomfortable? And I watched a lot of those highlights, dude. Phoenix did a great job defensively, period. And they got to get some serious credit. Their defense, dude, and there's a reason why they won 18 in a row, bro. 18 is a lot of games. I don't care if you're playing in the All Nuns League and you're the Warriors. That's 18's a lot. So, long story short, dude, props to the Suns, dude, in the Valley. Yes, yeah, me too.
All Nuns League.
and long story short, dude, is that Curry's going to come out. Yes. Do I think the Warriors will definitely adjust? They are the king of adjustments. That's why they won 3 in 5 years, dude. Okay, so they are the king of No, did they win 3 in 5 years? 2, 3. Yeah, okay, yeah. I keep on thinking when Draymond kicked LeBron, that was number 3, but it wasn't. That was number 4. All right. So long story short, dude, is that the Warriors are going to come out hot and heavy today. They're going to be pissed. And remember, Phoenix is just coming off back to back. They just went to Detroit, right? So now they're coming back to Golden State. So that's going to hurt their travel as well, dude. The Warriors have just been waiting for him and getting ready for him. And I think they're going to scalp him good tonight, dude. Definitely.
Absolutely. And Draymond Jr. was at practice yesterday, feeding Steph Curry all of his shots. So there's a little magic in the air, I believe. Curry's going to have his shot back. And you reminded me of something I like to remind listeners of all the time, that LeBron getting kicked in the groin, Draymond suspension, they lose the next game. Remember the whole 3-1. So that would have been number 2.
Yes.
They lose to the Cavs. People like to say Kevin Durant went and joined a 73-win team. Yeah, that's a fact. I can't say that's not. But I'll never forget to remind people, he didn't come because the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. It's because 2 teams blew 3-1 leads in back-to-back series. The Thunder had the Warriors down 3-1, and then we know Game 6, Clay became a legend. He went microwave full toaster mode, obliterated the Thunder all on his own. So let's say the Thunder had won that series. I don't think Kevin Durant goes and joins a new team after taking the Thunder to the finals and maybe even presumably winning. Let me just say, 2 teams blew 3-1 leads. That's how Kevin Durant became a Warrior July 4th of 2016. I look back now and I'm like, man, that was really unfair. So,
yeah,
but
it was, dude. But it's reality, dude, and you'll see teams do it throughout your lifetime. And when you do, man, it's a special time, dude. It really is, dude. And so we enjoyed it, dude. 2 parades we got to go check out, dude, and it was all good stuff, dude. And do you still have any of that confetti left, bro?
I think so, and I at least got amazing pictures of us throwing it up in the air and loving life down off of Broadway, Franklin.
Broadway, baby.
There you go, Broadway.
Yeah.
Got it the first time. So the Warriors, I don't think they're going to beat the Suns by 73 points tonight. But let me ask you this: what's more impressive, the Suns beating the Warriors without Devin Booker for most of the game, and they won't have it tonight, or the Grizzlies of all teams, the ground and pound Grizzlies, beat an NBA team, yes, the youngest NBA team. They beat the Thunder by 73 without Ja Morant. What is happening? What?
Dude, this is COVID confusion. And you just never know what's going to happen on a daily basis, dude. Seriously. And in sports, we're seeing it in the NFL on a weekly basis. You don't know anything that's going to happen there. And 73, dude. I did not catch that, and that is a hell of a lot of points. Did Oklahoma City just give up, dude? I mean, did they throw in the 11th, 12th, and 13th guy on the court at halftime, dude? I mean, on their roster? I mean, I don't understand, dude. How do you lose by 70? That's ridiculous.
Speaking of 11, 12, 13 guys, 11 Grizzlies players notched double digits. So
of course,
everybody was getting a piece of that pie. I'm just so blown away they did it without Ja Morant, who's clearly their best player, clearly their best scorer. And again, a reminder, have a little mercy. The Thunder are the youngest team in basketball by a large margin. Their average age looks more like a Division I college team. It's somewhere around 22 and a half. That's not an exaggeration. But the Thunder, here's a reminder, in case you needed one. That 73-point loss is the biggest loss in NBA history, period. Nothing to sugarcoat about that. It happened on the road, though. Just last season, they lost a game at home, the Thunder, to the Pacers by 57. They now own the biggest home loss in NBA history and the biggest road loss. So I say the only way to get that monkey off your back is to hand that loss to somebody else, but this Thunder team's not going to be the one to do it. And Chad, before we move off of basketball, Steph Curry, we basically say is the best thing going. You and I believe he's the best show in all of sports right now.
Yep.
The man just notched his 3rd Western Conference Player of the Month. First one this year. This is off of back-to-back last year.
3 in a row.
3 in a row. So, hey, NBA Western Conference, does anyone want to unseat the best thing going? I've never heard of that. 3 straight? Sounds like a Michael Jordan.
No, that's not. You can't. That just makes our point even more. Even more easy to digest, dude. He's the greatest thing going, period. Probably top 3, 5 of all time. And not only that, dude, I wanted to say something about Oklahoma City. You know what, dude? Why is there a basketball team in Oklahoma City? They should move back to Seattle because you suck. All right? So go back to Seattle, get some karma back, get some freaking juice back, become the Supersonics again, and freaking start playing some basketball. All right. Done.
There you go. Nice. And I actually met a girl in the crowd at the Suns game. She's from Seattle, and she adopted the Suns because the Seattle Supersonics, left her town, some 14 years ago? It was Kevin Durant's rookie year. It's always funny to remember that his rookie year was in Seattle in the green and gold. And then ever since. So anyhow, that's good NBA stuff. Tune into the game tonight, 7 o'clock local time, Suns at Warriors. From the chat.
12. Yeah.
Did I say 12? I meant 7 if I did. Bruce says, must have been a juiced basketball in Oklahoma City's game. And Shay says, in OKC's defense, 3 of their 5 starters were out. The fans want to know, in this case, Bruce, what was in Chad's coffee today? He's loving the energy. So thank you, Chad.
Right on, dude. Yes.
The energy.
Dude. I got the energy from Peachy Dongi from being here on the coast of Chile, dude. And just and not only that, 10 hours sleep last night, dude. What? That never happens to your bro, man. Silence and freaking nice, beautiful coastal weather. Your boy Chooch was out. Oh, and by the way, dude, we're bringing Chooch back, dude. After the wedding, my boy Chris going, Chooch. Well, it's been catching on. Juanito here loves it, and now he's got everyone. Now he's got people doing it. So hey, you know what, dude? You can't run from who you are. It is a part of my life. Let's bring it on, dude. So you're more than welcome to chooch it up, dude.
That is funny because I've only begun correcting myself when it slips out. But Bruce, you got that? We can update Big Bro's name there on the subtitle to Chooch, and you can go ahead and throw Sip on there. Anything but Big Head, because that would be kind of unfair to me. So, anyways,
hey, it's a good head. It's a good big head, dude.
Moving
moving
on from someone who's bringing great energy in my brother here to a guy who never brings good energy. Whether it was his time leaving the Steelers or his short but memorable time as a Las Vegas Raider, let me just say, Antonio Brown, no matter where he goes, is going to piss people off. He's going to lie to people. He's going to manipulate things in his favor. Yes. And let me just say, I'm going to give a big shout out to our favorite Viking on the chat here. Shay gave me these numbers, but let me just say, for a guy who cared so much about his health 3 years ago that he would not wear a standard NFL helmet, we all know that was just part of a bigger ploy.
I can't.
This man would not get a vaccination, number one, to join the 100% vaccinated Bucks. He got a fake vaccine card printed from a county he's never even heard of nor lived in. And all of this stems from the fact that, you know, Antonio Brown and his personal relations, he wouldn't pay a personal chef $10,000, so the chef outed him. He said, oh, really? All right, we'll enjoy this. Boom, roasted. And now it's going to cost Antonio $150,000 in game checks. One last thing. I don't think a 3-game suspension is enough for such an egregious lie and all of the stuff that came with it, especially stemming from not paying a man. Suspend him for the rest of the year or just be done with him forever, NFL. How many times do we got to do this?
Yeah, you've summed it up very nicely. And Antonio Brown is he's a pimple on your face all the time, dude. All right, and so you just want to pop it and get rid of it. And he's just one of those guys that you just don't want to be around. You don't want him around your team. He's a me guy. Obviously, I mean, dude, this is he's putting people's like I don't want to say health involved because, you know, there's a lot of different factors in that. But I mean, to lie to his team and everything like that, you know, they go home to their families and their families go home to their families and they have grandkids and little kids and all this kind of stuff. But to do it so egregiously and to think you're above everybody else, okay? You cannot be vaccinated and go live on your own in the street somewhere or in a different town. But to lie about it and then to play on a team so you can make money, you know, yes, they should suspend him for the rest of the year. And 3 is not enough. But 3 game checks is also going to cost him a lot of money, which is good. Okay, that's going to be more than the fine is. Okay, because he's going to lose those game checks, and those are the most important. And so, long story short, dude, Antonio Brown, good riddance. Get out of here, dude. And all you other people, man, that do these fake vaccine cards and all this stuff. If you spent 1/4 of the energy in your life to do things right instead of trying to go around things, and you spent 1/4 of the energy that you do to try to manipulate and to try to lie and to try to put up a false front about you, then you know what? You'd be a good person, but you just can't do it. They just can't do it, Mark, and don't think they're going to stop because he's going to go somewhere else and do the same thing.
Well, 2 reminders for the listeners out there. This Antonio Brown fella, just a year or 2 ago when he was in between teams, as he so often is, remember a couple of assault charges, some domestic abuse calls, and he nearly killed a woman when he was throwing furniture off of his 14th-story high-rise in Palm whatever Beach, Florida. Maybe it would have been better if he did hit the woman. Sorry, lady, but I'm just sick of the dude. I just want him gone. And one quick clearing up. Shay says, "Preach, Chad, preach." I love it. The whole Aaron Rodgers thing, the Packers knew that he was immunized and not vaccinated, and they both were in on it, if you will. Teammates were aware kind of thing. Antonio Brown just straight up misled the Bucks, and they've been cleared of any wrongdoing. So I think that's enough talking about Antonio Brown. I'd be fine if I never saw him play football again. And
yeah, I didn't miss him. I didn't miss him when he was gone in the first place, dude. Definitely not.
No. So that's your Antonio Brown news. And we were talking about Taysom Hill and the Saints earlier. I just wanted to get this in. We love Jameis Winston. He was last seen eating a W on this show. Just kidding, not calling in. No, but here's a stat I just love.
That's
Saints
gotta
have
be, dude. That's gotta be one of the best video clips of ever, dude.
Give him some respect, though. Give the man some respect. The last time the Saints ate a W, he was the starting quarterback. They've lost every one of the 5 starts without him. So, Jameis, we
Dude,
miss you.
having Taysom Hill as your quarterback sucks.
Stop it.
Okay?
Stop it. Okay, so he looks like a right-handed version of Tim Tebow. Anyhow.
Ooh, ouch.
And
Ouch.
same body and everything. So in the baseball world again, friends, I got something I'm going to surprise Chad with, I think. But first,
All right.
Eric Burns, one of our favorite high energy, high enthusiasm, high character fellas, number 22 in your programs, number 1 in a lot of your hearts. He is looking to be the, I don't know if it's a celebrity coach or if he's actually assuming the coaching role of the Savannah Bananas, but he's going to be in charge, part of that league, our favorite alternate reality baseball world. Fans, if we're not going to have MLB action anytime soon, the sooner you get on the Savannah Bananas bandwagon and the Banana Ball League, the better. So
they should play now. I don't know if their league is right now, but any independent, any league that if I was in charge of, I would say, hey, rally up. Let's get to the ballpark. We're having a season right now because right now we have people's attention. All right, because everyone's pissed at Major League Baseball. And everything that's going on. So now you have an audience, dude. And the Savannah Bananas need to play, dude, period. End of story, man. And to show, and you know what? I guarantee you, man, they'd get some Major League Baseball players out there.
I think so. I bet Trevor Bauer would go if the world would let him. Anyway, that's
you got to bring up Trevor Bauer. But there's all other kinds of people. Mike Trout might play for him, dude.
Well, shit. I think Mike Trout makes a little too much money to go out there. But then again, maybe Trevor Bauer, too. You just don't want to, he's coming off of a calf injury that kept him out of baseball for 5 months. So I don't think the Angels are going to let that happen.
Angels Trout don't have a say in it. They locked him out.
You're right. That's right. He's not an employee of theirs right now.
Dude, no. This is an important point. Okay. The owners locked out the players. Mike Trout's faceless on the MLB.com website. Mm-hmm. Okay. They can do anything they want, Mark. Okay. They can go play in the Dominican League. They can go play in the Puerto Rican Winter League. They can go play in Cuba, okay? Might be a passport problem. But anyways, long story short, dude, is that they can come down here in Chile and play. Hey, man, we got some fields open down here. The point is they can do anything they want. So I think you're going to start seeing that in the next couple months. From the tone I get from the sarcastic Chris Bassett's and all these guys talking about, oh, so I'm faceless now, and they changed their avatar on Twitter to nothing, to the patient zero, what I call. And so anyways, long story short, dude, they're going to start doing it, Mark. You watch, dude.
All right. Well, stay tuned for that. And Chad, maybe the next time you're in the Dominican, there's a tip.
Yes.
There's a tip. You might witness a 15-year-old Pablo Guerrero. Who do you suppose 15-year-old Pablo Guerrero is?
I would think it's Vladimir's Guerrero nephew.
Vladimir Guerrero Sr.'s son.
Oh, no way. Another?
We got another Guerrero.
Dude.
Seriously.
Hey, man, you're surprising me? This is not acceptable. I got to start doing some more research, dude. So hit me with Pablo.
One of our all-time favorite MLB players, Chad and myself, share the sympathy of number 27, Vladimir Guerrero Sr., from his days as an Expo and an Angel, MVP years, a cannon of an arm, one of the most unique bodies to ever play in baseball, in my opinion. The guy could hit balls off of his shoelaces. Hell, he even hit him on a couple bounces more than one time. And I don't know if you've heard about his oldest son, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
You might.
Flirted with the Triple Crown, finished second in the MVP voting to the greatest baseball player on earth. I mean, he would have won it in any other year. And now there's a 15-year-old Pablo Guerrero out there. I don't know much besides all I need to know right now, which is he's Vladimir's son. And it was when Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was about 15, 16 years old that we started hearing about and tracking him. So, no promises to our listeners, but I remember 5-6 years ago, whoa, Vlad Sr.'s got a junior. I got to see how this kid does. And then he arrives as one of the greatest hitters in baseball almost immediately. And now Pablo. So keep your eyes open, listeners. He's probably playing ball this winter.
Dude, no doubt about it, man. And Pablo Guerrero, say hi to the Ho Chi Man. What's up, Ho Chi Man? This is the family dog here, man. What's he doing? Okay. All right. So, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I would sign Pablo Guerrero right now for $1 million right now.
Yes.
Right now, sight unseen. Period. End of story. He's going to get a lot more than that when he turns 16, and he can then he can sign international contract. But he can't do it this year. You know why? Because they're locked out, aren't they?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So enjoy the winter ball, friends. Enjoy the Savannah Banana Ball and any baseball you can get in between, because you won't be getting it from the Major League Baseball corners of the world anytime soon. We promise we'll be keeping up on this topic as it develops, even though it makes us so very mad.
Hey, man, what'd you think of the guy from Notre Dame quitting, man? What do you think about that move, dude? Quitting Notre Dame, going to LSU, dude. What's all that about?
Well, let me just put it like this. A couple days ago, I want to say Sunday, Brian Kelly was quoted by calling Notre Dame his family and the players' family. And then he broke up with the players. Then he broke up with the players via a text, said, "I hope you understand," and became one of the most culturally misfitted men to join the ranks of LSU. They're basically moving from a guy who screams South, who screams toughness, and LSU and Ed Orgeron, and go Tigers, right? And now they're moving on to, I don't know, a vanilla bean custard faced Brian Kelly. I mean, talk about not a fit.
Brian Kelly was perfect in Notre Dame because he is the perfect vanilla bean ice cream every day. I'm not going to threaten you with anything I say, coach. Now he goes to LSU, and now he's talking about this has always been his dream. But what about, so his dream was to leave his family? Is that what we're thinking here? So, these coaches are hilarious. They preach loyalty, they preach tradition, they preach family, and then they bolt.
They take the first 10-year contract out of town, and they make sure it includes a private jet and other royalties and personal drivers, and it's really Hollywood at that NCAA level. And it's still continuing, even though players are now somewhat getting paid. The NILs, somewhat. Okay, there's still so much money just gushing out of NCAA football. These universities can upgrade their stadiums whenever they want, pretty much, especially the top ones, and they can pull in coaches for $95 million. So it was kind of gross.
They can pay a coach $10 million a year, dude.
Well, we saw how that worked for Las Vegas and those Raiders. Anyways, Brian Kelly has already in his first conference called LSU family. So.
Oh, yes. Don't you it reminds me of, oh, well, we don't want to get into that conversation, man. But when people overuse a word so that they can manipulate others, I think you know where I'm going with this. But anyways, family seems to be the word that Brian Kelly and a lot of other coaches have held on to. One guy that, you must say, man, well, no, that's not true. Forget it. I forgot that he had a nice little stint in the NFL that didn't go too well. And I was going to talk about Nick Saban, but yeah, he quit on a pro team, so that doesn't really fit too good.
Yeah, Nick Saban's become a bit of an institution at Alabama. I mean, he's been there long enough now. He's won enough titles. Props Nick Saban. But he's become one of those guys that if I took like a 12-year-old kid or a 15-year-old kid and said, "Who is this?" and held up a picture of Miami Dolphins Nick Saban, they would be like, "What?"
No, they would go like, "No way, dude, that's photoshopped."
And his legacy in Miami, which isn't much of one, unable to bring Drew Brees in and let him go to New Orleans. So thank you.
Well, dude, I mean, and Drew Brees made a good decision, don't you think?
Absolutely. And Chad, we've had a pretty action-packed show. We got a little more heated than usual with the MLB lockout, which I love. I'm going to look to take that segment itself and maybe share it to the Instagram page, publish it as its own video, because I enjoyed it.
Go.
And let me just say,
you know how to do that? You know how to do that and do it quick?
Sometimes. Quick is a relative term, of course. However, let me just say,
talking to MisippBROs.
from from a hot topic full of sports, from a hot podcast full of sports, just wanted to do our usual off the ball segment. Today is not the happiest one, but a hero deserves to be recognized. Tate Meyer is a name we all should know and respect, and the people of the great state of Michigan certainly will for a very long time. The high school junior was an all-area running back and linebacker. He is one of the 3 victims at the school shooting in Michigan, and he was killed in action trying to disarm the shooter, took multiple gunshots. And I don't have the names of the other two students right here. I'll try to pull that up while I kick this to you, Chad. They deserve to be recognized as well. But Tate Meyer was just days away from, signing a college letter of intent, and it's just tragic on all fronts. And I just want to say, rest in peace, Tate Meyer. You showed the courage that 99% of us don't have.
Most definitely. 99% of the people run away. All right. They run the other way and they get shot in the back. And I don't want to say that. That's a, as a former Marine, dude, and I just got in a conversation the other day about this with Juanito here, man, just the other day, just a little while ago, about running to conflict as opposed to running away from conflict. Okay. And that's what the Marine Corps is about. And this guy, Tate, seemed like he would not only be a good Marine, he'd be a good man later in his life, dude. And, he showed the courage and did what he felt was right. His initial, because in those instances, you only feel, you can only do what your first thought is, period. It's the first thought. It has to already be seated. It has to already be like that. So long story short, dude, man, thank you, Tate. For it sucks that he has to go like this, and we're not going to give any semblance to the name of the idiot, of the loser, of the freaking of the person that decided to be so selfish and take others' lives, dude, and put other people in fear. You know what, man? You want to do that stuff? Come find me. Come find my bro. Come find somebody who can defend themselves, and I guarantee you they wouldn't do that. These people are cowards, dude. And Tate went after a coward and saved countless others, and I applaud him for that.
Nice. And well said. Also, amongst the less fortunate, Hannah St. Juliana, Madison Baldwin, and Justin Schilling. So, needless, inexcusable, uncomprehendable random violence once again.
Yes.
America, here's to you being better than that for the 177th time.
Yeah, how many times do we have to see it till we change the way we do things is a common refrain, and nothing changes until something changes, dude.
Yeah, and hate to end on a somber tone, so we'll end with this little fun fact. Something Chad sent me yesterday. One thing I wanted to do a show yesterday was because of the date, December 2nd, 2021. If you write it down, friends, listeners.
Dude, it's crazy.
12/02/2021. Yes, that was the date yesterday. It serves as a palindrome, read it forwards and backwards, and an ambigram, which means if you read it upside down or with a mirror, it'll still read all appropriately 12/02/2021. Chad, yes. I saw that in the interwebs yesterday, and I appreciate that sort of stupid, dumb number shit. So thank you for sending me. I thought you'd appreciate this, and I wanted you to mention it if you got the chance. So thank you.
Dude, hey, man, I saw that, and the first guy I thought of, dude, was my bro. I went, oh, my God, dude. This is right up his alley, dude.
It's palindrome, ambigram, unstoppable.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude, that's a crazy thing, and I'm like, oh, this is my bro's wheelhouse right here, dude. Right.
Oh, yeah. And why is the word Misippo not a palindrome? That's because backwards it spells opism, and we don't appreciate that. So
yeah, that's nice, dude. All right, man. Hey, speaking of that, dude, it's been great. Thanks for checking into the MisippBROs, and we'll go.
Well, shit.
Hit that like button, dude, and tell your friends about what's going on here on the YouTube channel and beyond, man. And hey, bro, always great to catch up with you on a Friday now, man. Today, good job, man. And Dr. Lux, congratulations again, man. I'm very happy for you, man. A newborn 10-day-old, man. Congratulations. And hey, MLB, I know you're not gonna get your act ASS together, but we'll see what that's gonna happen. Get ready for a longer spring training, my friend. Get ready for a longer preseason, and but keep those positive thoughts, dude. Remember, you got the MisippBROs and my bro staring at me through the screen with you all the way.
We'll catch you Monday, fans. 12 noon Pacific for the next rousing edition of the MisippBROs.
5 o'clock peachy dungy time.
We'll see you then.